Hey guys, I recently saw Shazam this weekend, and I wasn't sure if I was going to do a review on it, but I at least wanted to take a few minutes to kind of give you guys my thoughts. So it's going to be a quick mini review in regards to the goods and the bads of what I thought of Shazam. But first and foremost, I want to say if you haven't already gone to see Shazam, don't go see it. It is definitely not worth your time, money, or effort. Look, I'm gonna tell you the goods and bads of this movie, but overall, I'm just gonna get right to it. It's not worth it. Don't go out and see this particular film. Find your money, spend your money, wait for John Wick when that comes out. Spend your money on that. There's definitely better things to see in the theater. This ain't it. This is definitely ain't it. So with that being said, let's get to the goods of Shazam. So the goods of Shazam. I mean, God, there's barely any goods to this movie. Like, the best thing I can say that really happens in Shazam is probably Zachary Levi as Shazam. He still has enough of charisma on screen, and even with some quick one-liner jokes and stuff like that, I still got chuckles out of this movie. I do enjoy him being cast as Shazam, even though I kind of wish it was on John Cena. I do appreciate why they got. I do understand why they cast him in this particular role. But seeing Peacemaker being done, maybe I would have been better with John Cena in this role. But I do not want to undersell Zachary Levi as Shazam in this movie. He does a good job with what he is given, though he is not given a lot, and he gets over. He doesn't become the star of this movie like he should be. Now, other things that I liked about this movie, nothing. I guess maybe the other thing that I liked about this movie is that this was probably going to be the last one. So let's go ahead and roll into the bads. Man, this movie's way too long. They screw up a lot of plot issues with this movie. Some things didn't quite make sense. And I guess probably the most glaring thing to me that I did not like about it is the casting. Not only just the fact that they cast Helen Mirren, Lucy Liu, and what was her name? The girl who played Rosa. As the villains in this movie, not just specifically them, though I don't believe Helen Mirren and Lucy Liu really should have been in this movie. They had plenty to choose from for Shazam to pick as villains, and I know they wanted to make it more of a god thing with him. I just think that this movie had a big Black Adam hole in it, and this literally should have been Black Adam. If we're gonna do any particular type of god, this movie definitely should have been set up for Black Adam to be in this movie as a villain, like he should have been in the first one. But Helen Mirren is way too old to be in this type of movie. Lucy Liu is way too old to be in this particular type of movie. It's one of those things where, like, yes, you guys had great action days. This is not Red. That's not what I wanted to see in this particular movie. I wanted to see a fresh face, something exciting, something to feel like a threat for this particular family of superheroes. And you guys barely felt like a threat outside of the fact that somebody did your stunt doubles to make it seem like you guys were more formidable than it would have seemed from first appearance. Now, other things that I didn't like about this movie is that I thought the whole super family, and I know before you guys say it, in the comic books, the whole Shazam family is a thing, but like it should have just been a one-off in the first movie. I don't need to see it a second time in a second movie. And I know you want to say that this movie was about family. Cue the Fast and the Furious clip.
I don't have friends. I got family.
But this movie didn't need to be about that. I wanted it to be about Billy Batson, his adjustment of being a superhero. I would assume, like, hey, he's already fitting in with the family, and if you want to do, maybe he still got some issues with the family, that's fine. But I really wanted it to be about him and his transition into becoming a superhero, more of longer like him getting used to being in that role. Other thing, that there is an age problem in this movie because the kid playing Billy Batson looks like an adult at this point. You can no longer play Billy Batson, which is another reason why this thing is at an end. Because you either have to completely 100% go on with Zachary Levi, or because you can't go back to Billy Batson. The dude's gonna be like 25 in a minute, and it shows on screen. So we lose half of the character, and showing a kid as a grown-up superhero, or a kid in a grown-up superhero body, we lose that portion of this particular movie, and it showed so much that I couldn't even believe it anymore. The final fight scene in this movie was underwhelming. One of the goods I forgot was, spoiler alert, that we have a we have a special, but that was in the trailers. Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman is in this film for a brief moment, but even when they brought her in, it just made you think about, like, why didn't they call her sooner? Like, this all could have probably been wrapped up in the first 15 minutes of this movie if they'd have just contacted her. And I know you guys might want to say, oh, they're trying to do it on their own, but the way they set it up, they couldn't do it on their own, and that they really needed some help. Stakes, I get it. But I'm going to stop ripping on this movie. I'll wait till we do a full spoiler review on it. But those are my quick thoughts about this movie. This franchise is done. And I think this franchise is done because this script was not written well enough to actually continue on to make another movie. But this cast is not warranting another movie. Like, they're all too old to be doing it. And it's missing Black Adam. It's missing Black Adam. All right, so that being said, after I already brought you guys down about Shazam, make sure you subscribe as well as click the notification button so that way you're aware of all the other reviews I'm going to try to do as I see movies. I'm going to try to get to doing those more often. So with that being said, you guys take care.
Guys, you're still with us? Great. I know it's the end of the year, and I know you guys are in the holiday spirit, the spirit of giving, right? So we're asking you to give us money. So if you look down below, you'll see where it says patreon.com/thegoods. Right there is if you have an excess amount of cash laying around, if you have not bought enough Christmas presents and you're wondering, who else can I bring joy to this year? Us. That's who you can bring joy to. Have you ever looked at us and you're like, man, they should get a better camera? You're right, because we don't have enough money to. You can help us do that. Patreon.com/thegoods. Help us out. We'd appreciate it. And you can be a part of the goods yourself.